In the previous videos, I showed you how to record notes into Ableton Live's arrangement and session view windows. Now, to record those notes, I was using a MIDI controller that's plugged into my computer, and I highly recommend that you get a MIDI controller if you want to produce music. They're very handy. You can get a keyboard controller, you can get an Ableton Push, really any kind of MIDI controller that will allow you to enter notes and rhythms into the software. But what if you don't have one at this moment? Well, there's a button for that. And so if I look up in the top right-hand corner of Ableton, you will see this keyboard button. Now, when it's turned off, you get extra keyboard shortcuts, and that's very handy. But if you need a MIDI controller and you don't have one, you can turn that on. You lose your extra shortcuts, but now your typing keyboard is a MIDI keyboard. And it's a little confusing, but basically the A, S, D, F row is your white keys of the keyboard. So if I press the letter A, it's the note C. S is D. Weirdly, D is E. F is F. G is G. H is A. J is B. K is the octave, it's the C, but it's an octave above A. And then it actually gives you one more note. It gives you the second note of the scale above, an octave above. L is the D above the other D. All right. And the top row, the QWERTY row, that's where your sharps and flats are. So W is C sharp or D flat. E is D sharp, E flat. R is nothing. I'm pressing R right now, and that's because there's no black key in between E and F on the piano keyboard. We're going to cover that in a music theory lesson later. But T is F sharp, G flat. Y is G sharp, A flat. U is A sharp, B flat. And again, no black key between B and C, so the letter I doesn't do anything. But O is the C sharp, D flat, an octave higher. And then you switch octaves by pressing the Z and X buttons. So if I press X, now I'm an octave higher. There's the note G, and I can go another octave higher. And it will take some getting used to, but it's great for when you don't have a MIDI controller. I use the typing keyboard all the time just to sketch out ideas, especially if I'm traveling, if I'm in a bus or on an airplane or something like that. It's a great way to just get ideas down without having to lug a controller around.